for coming and speaking to us. First, I wanted to acknowledge that we're on unceded Algonquin land, and after that, I wanted to do a little back and forth here. So I'm gonna say, "Fuck the police." You say, "Fuck the police." Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
All right. I've been. That's not it. That's just the refrain. I've been beaten 4 times by the police. Only once by the police here in Ottawa. I've been beaten once just for mouthing off. Been beaten twice for being crazy and poor. And I've been beaten once for taking part in the blockade of Highway 117 with the Barrier Lake Algonquin. That last time was what was described by some people as pain compliance. Some people would call it torture. So that's one of the reasons that I say, fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
I want to agree with the brother here, Andrew. The problem isn't one bad apple. The problem is the system. The problem is the institution itself. I disagree with Andrew as far as the police needing to exist at all. I think we need to get rid of them completely. Communities need to find a way to regulate themselves. The police exist historically in order to oppress working class people and in order to colonize Indigenous people. That's the historical roots of the police in Canada. Nowadays, they've broadened things. They've always been doing these things, but they've broadened things up. Now they're there to oppress queer people. They're there to oppress sex workers. They're there to oppress people of color. They were doing that before. I don't want to say that they weren't. And they've always existed to repress, disrupt, and destroy political movements, resistance movements. And that's one of the reasons that we need to focus on the police. Like Andrew said, they're the enemy. If you're organizing politically, they're going to repress you. If you start being successful, when we start becoming a mass movement, if or when we become a mass movement, they're going to get serious. They're going to start beating the shit out of people. They're going to start killing people. Not that, I mean, they killed Dudley George, so don't get me wrong. They're already doing that. But just something to keep in mind, right? So that's another reason that I say, fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
They don't make us safer. They make us less safe. They don't make our communities safer. They make our communities less safe. So I say, fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
What we need to do, what's essential for us to do, is to find an alternative to the police. We need to find an alternative to prisons. We need to find an alternative to immigration detention centers. We need to find an alternative to mental health, to hospitals, to locking crazy people up in those hospitals. That's one of the tasks that we have. That's something that we need to do, and that's something we urgently need to figure out. Thank you very much.